All right. So I guess I'll have to start again. So welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Yeah, I'm really excited to be doing this because it's long overdue. And this is because we've seen that so many people have struggled with getting something doing. I mean, even if it is to study further, always sorry, please, can we mute our mics? Thank you. So if anything is going to be worthwhile or lead us to where we are supposed to be, if anything is going to lead us to where we're supposed to be, there has to be consistency and enough motivation. And as much as self-motivation is there, we also need to help. I mean, like, community motivation also works miracles. And this is why we decided to start the community. And the simple aim is that we want people to come together, refresh their minds, and then work on projects that will now catapult them. It's going to be a win-win for everyone, because the goal of the company won't be met if students just learn and then they don't make use of it. You know, it's not going to be met. It's just going to look like we just trained and then everyone goes off. Unlike universities where people will train and then they will become musicians at the end of the day. Maybe a lawyer became a musician, or a food tech person became maybe a nurse or something. You know, just different careers, and that is not the goal. We want people, the women that come to our community, men and women, to use the skill to actually be able to scale. And that was why we started the company, and the goal has to be met. So that was why we started this community, that, okay, let us bring back all our old students, those that have gone for a long time and they've not been able to find their feet. Let us bring them back. Let us see how we rub minds together, and then help them to get to where they're supposed to get to, because everyone has an aim. Nobody came to say, oh, let me just go and do this business analysis. Everybody has an aim, and the aim is that they need to get a better paying job. And aside paying job, most people, they are looking for fulfillment, and that is one thing that can never be bought. And once we don't feel fulfillment, you know, several things. So is the welcome message. I already welcomed everyone, and I already mentioned quite a number of things. Now, I'm supposed to do introduction of assistant coordinator. If anyone who joined the meeting the other day, where Omolola, Dami, and Lobet, that they came around, anyone who joined that meeting must have noticed that Omolola also said she was going to start a community. But because we held that webinar because we had the intention of starting it. So we said we are going to come together and make things work, since we have common goals, right? So Omolola is supposed to be introduced as the assistant coordinator, while I coordinate as well. But she's currently not available. She said she's going to get home fine. So, but I believe quite a number of persons in Omolola's group, in Omolola's squad, to know her. So her name is Omolola Aluku, and people who attended that meeting would have seen her and they will know that she's the one. So I was supposed to introduce her, and then she also should say some things. So for the purpose of meeting, I already mentioned that we are starting the community because we want to ensure that at the end of the day, everybody is able to meet their expectations. You know, they're able to meet their goals. They want a better job, be it remote, be it on site. It should pay well, and then they should be able to focus on another thing. You know, to be able to live a good life, right? That is why we are bringing the community together. So the purpose of this meeting is now that we already have a plan. And the plan is that we are going to call on members of the community that are still conversant with certain topics. We're not going to give you a particular topic to share. You are just going to tell us a particular topic you feel you are still conversant with, and you can share. it is part of the sharing thing. Instead of bringing an external person that will be teaching, if you are sharing what you know, is you're also further learning it better, right? You're also learning it better. So that is going to be what we are going to do. We are going to call on members of the community. That was what I wrote, call for volunteers that will tell us the particular topic they want to teach, or the particular tool they want to teach that they know that they are conversant with, or any aspect under BA that was taught in class, or maybe you have additions that you know that will be helpful to the members. That is going to be the refresher part. So we are going to take it in turns. Maybe it's going to depend on the time many people will be available. But I think weekend works for everybody. I think Sunday works perfectly for everyone. Sunday night like this, we are going to be having those refresher topics. Yeah, it's anyone who knows about Figma, I know Mola is great with Figma. So anyone who likes Jira, Confluence, all of those tools and all the aspects, all of that, we are going to be taking them one after the other, and then we are going to be using it to refresh our minds, because everybody was used to be a student, and now we are done. The students that just finished might have more knowledge, not more knowledge, like they're going to know more than you, but they will still be in touch. They will still be in touch with what they just learned. So maybe they might work better, or those that are already using it at work. Or if you can just remember it, we are just going to call for volunteers. You tell us what you want to do, and then there's going to be a date that will be fixed for it, and everybody will come together and learn. So that way people will be able to ask questions. It's not be a boss to servant kind of thing. It's going to be students to students. It's just be we, and it will go a long way. Someone just dropped the chat, and let me see. And those BA templates. Okay, Chineye said, and those BA templates, gap analysis, benefits, cost analysis. Okay, so she is talking about, yes, we are going to touch everything. So anyone who knows all these things, that they are good with it, then we are just going to work with those. So the program outline is that we are going to do the refresher course first, and then we are going to do the project. So refresher will come first, and then the project will come in. So the project will be in two ways. Is either we do industry-based, or we just do a mix. So we are looking at putting if you're a lawyer, we want to put you together. If you're a medical doctor, we want to put you together. If you're an accountant, we want to put you together, so that you can do projects that are similar to your industry. I think someone is still saying something. How long did the refresher be for? Well, we are just going to do it for as long as we are able to cover the topics, right? We are going to do it for as long as we are able to cover the topics, because the topics that people need to refresh their mind about has to be covered before we now move to the project, right? So the number of topics, number of volunteers we have, everyone is going to have a date. We are going to put it on the group so that everybody's going to see it.
Obina and my BM and the customer.
Sorry, please, can we mute our mics? Thank you. So we are going to, is that we have it that way, or we just put people into groups, and then you work, you just the way we used to have Scrum meetings, and then we work. But I strongly believe that the industry base should work better. Maybe you are in finance, wherever it is that you have, we can just group people based on those. And then, would this happen on Sundays only? Okay, so I said earlier that the class is going to be dependent on what works for everyone. I know everything cannot work perfectly for everybody, but I think Sunday looks good. This is the first meeting, and we have quite a number of persons. So yes, if Sunday works for everyone, yes, then we can do Sunday. What about people that are not working at the moment? I don't get that. What about people that are not working at the moment? I don't understand. What
I
should I
actually,
say
I
about
think
that?
that I think you miss, you just came in. What about people that are not working at the moment? Yeah, it's going to be beneficial to you because you keep working on projects, like we said. We'll keep working on the projects, and then all our students that have gotten jobs, depending on the industry, they would also tell us about how they're applying, you know, the business analytics techniques to the industry that to the industry they are working with. So, for instance, the business, if they are working in financial, for instance, financial industry, they can share their experience. If they're working with the government, they'll share their experience. Yeah, so that's what we meant by what when you said industry based. So that way you are learning from industry experts. That's what I'm trying, that's what Yanu is trying to say. Or do you have any suggestion? Because it looks like we've addressed this and then you're just bringing it up. Chinaya gives to say we might suggest dividing the class with a maximum. It's not a class, so it's not a class. It's not a class. It's not a class. It's a community. Class means that you want us to go back to the new business analyst class. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, because we were talking about projects. So I'm like, maybe we could
No.
divide it.
So, for instance, if you saw the post that I made today, I talked about. Let me turn on my video. So, I talked about how people feel that BA should be actually hired, for in organizations. You understand? And people think that, and they don't know that you can also hire a BA for your personal project. So, for instance, I can be working in an oil and gas industry, and I have an idea, but I need help with it. You understand? You should be able to come to Use and Tech to hire, these BAs for a part-time project. Whose video is that? So things like that, that will happen. So if people reach out to us that they need somebody, they need help, with their particular project, if you're in the community, we'll push it to you. You can do that, and then you earn some income. That's one way it works. It's not going to be a class because
Oh,
if it's
okay.
class, it means that you are putting us under pressure. You understand, to perform. You means you have to start organizing different things. No, it's not going to work that way. Committee means that everybody is empowering each other. So the people that are up there would have to lift the ones that are the lower cadre. That's the way I see it. Yes, I'm happy you understand that now. And if you've forgotten, like for instance, I don't know if there are mentors here, but the easiest way not to forget anything you've learned so far is to become a mentor. So if you've learned something and you decide to volunteer to become a mentor, right, in the next cohort, and you just keep sharing till you land a job, then you don't forget. But once you learn something and you don't practice, it's not a given. You forget. But being in the community means that you're working on projects. Like Hills and Tech has some projects. Anybody can reach out to me to say, "Oh, Bisola, I need help with this thing. Can your community members help with this?" And of course, you are going to have like an NDA, non-disclosure, which means that you can't talk about people's projects. So that's what it is. And if there's members of the community that are saying, I can teach business case for refresher, then if you've forgotten, you can join the class. I'll put you through. If it's Figma, same thing. If it's Jira, the same thing. But it's going to be communal. It's not going to be like that, like a standard class. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And if you have other suggestions, you can also share. But that's the plan that we have. And because we've had, different students in different industries, it also helps that you can listen to how they are applying the BA to their own industry. So for instance, we have BAs in the education industry, we have BAs in financial, we have BAs in government, we have BAs in blockchain. How are they working on it? How are they applying it to their projects? So that's going to be the benefits of this community. So you can please let me know if it's totally understood and you have, questions. If not, I'm sure Yanu can go on with it. Reading groups, yes, it's a community. It's owned by you. So if you want to introduce reading groups, no problem. No problem. The floor is yours. So I guess Yanu can continue and take over. Please, if you have any questions, you can actually share. All right, yeah. Thanks, Millicent. Yanu, please take over.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. So it's just a community. It's owned by us, all of us. So there's no boss, there's no there's no servant, there's no teacher. Everybody, whatever it is that you are, is warmly welcome. Someone was asking a question the other time on the group, and Irene answered. That is what we want. We want you to come from your work and then tell us that, oh, that something happened, and you needed to answer this, and this was how you answered. Or maybe you heard them interviewing someone and they had certain questions, and you come to tell us, that this was what they told us, something like that. That is just what we want. We don't want it to be a stringent place. We don't want to put too much rules that would now make people to hold back or say, oh, they don't know if they should say it. No, it is open. So far, what you're saying is educative, informative, then it is warmly welcome, and it is within the scope of business analysis, or that is going to help them to achieve their goals. That is the essence, that everybody should win. If you are winning, we are also winning, and then our goals are also being met. And that is the essence of the whole thing. So that is the purpose of this community. And of course, things will keep getting better as we keep growing. We'll keep seeing more things to add to it, and the community will keep growing and keep getting beautiful. So yeah, I said there's going to be a call for volunteers, and then if you have any topic you can share. You might not even know one thing, but you know one thing. You can teach that part. Let's say you don't know gap analysis, or you know business case. You can teach business when everybody's bringing their bits. Everybody's bringing their bits. By the time we put everything together, it's going to become a whole. And that is the essence of what we are doing. So please, for volunteers, send me a message and tell me what you like to do. Maybe on the group chat. Yes. Who can we reach out to for interview prep? You can drop it on the chat. Anyone who is available, we can reach out, or I can just reach out to people that I know that will be open to helping. So yes,
Yeah,
like a
please
safe space
let
to
me
help
add
us grow and become competent. Okay.
Yeah, let me add to that. That interview prep, yes, if you ask, there's always somebody to help. I even remember when, was it Ibukun, one of our BA students, I don't know why he applied for a data analytics job or BI job, but he did, and they called him for an interview. It was one of our, so he actually reached out for help, and guess who helped him? A student in the data analytics class, helped him work on the project. So, but we are starting the community with this BA course, and as time goes on, we'll add other students, from other courses, so that you can learn from each other, right? So maybe in case you see a job, a BA job that is requesting for Salesforce, although Salesforce is technical, you can't even hack it if you don't understand it. But things like that, somebody is definitely going to help you out. So someone is going to help you out. And we'll be moving it away from WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is, I don't know, I'm not sure it is great for community, right? So we're going to be using like a paid platform, but once we conclude on that, we'll let you know. But just be open-minded, And I've also spoken with lots of people that are always scared to ask questions or reach out. Please, this is not the avenue for you to reach out. It's a safe space. If you don't have, like, if you are not confident on a particular skill, reach out for help. Reach out for help. So yes, if you have interview and somebody is on the group that can help you out, why not? If not, if your facilitators are available also, fine. But we can't really rely on our facilitators because they're always busy. They're also professionals. But if there's space, yeah, we tried Slack, but I think it became too expensive. So we had to drop it. We were using Slack before. But we are looking at Seco.io or so. But we'll definitely let you know. We can also decide on the best platform for our community. But whatever it is that is going on with Use and Tech will definitely be shared. Will be definitely be shared on the platform, and everybody will be a part of it. So it's not for me. It's not for Yanu. It's for everybody. It's for everybody, and it's going to be like a collaborative effort. Yanu, you can take over. Yanu.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to unmute. So yes, call for volunteers, and the last thing is supposed to be the founder's closing remarks. So she's going to speak again after we are done. So I also put community rules and regulations together. So participation is very compulsory. I want to plead with everyone on this one, please. Participation is compulsory. You just need to pull your weight and do what you need to do. And then questions should be asked with all politeness. All the plenty question marks. Someone has some question, and then there will be like 10 question marks out of it. They all come out rude. So then rude remarks as well, they won't be accepted, please. And unavailability for task should be communicated on time to the team lead. So someone in your team will definitely be a lead. Not because we want them to lord over you, but just for structure. It's just for structure and for compact work. That's why we are going to have a team lead in all of the teams. And inconsistency as well. So you can be unavailable, let's say maybe once or twice, but once it becomes too much, then we will not have any choice than to remove the person, because this is not paid, and it's important that everyone is doing what they need to do, because we need to achieve a goal, and we cannot afford to be sentimental about it. That is why we will have to really be stringent in that aspect. And then attending meetings with our laptops is also important, so that something that you're supposed to do with your laptop in class, if you join with your phone, by the time you say, oh, I'm going to do it when I'm alone, then something happens, you are distracted, and before you know it, you're unable to try it out. At the end of the day, you're going to say you didn't get it. You won't even have to say that you didn't get it. You will not just get, because you didn't get time to practice. Self-motivation is a lot of discipline. And if one does not have it, then I'm going to work on it later thing might not really work. So this is why we are pleading that please attend meetings with your laptop. Then once again, participation is compulsory. Please and please, we want everyone to participate adequately. We want everyone to participate adequately. So that is the essence of this community. We just want everyone. It's a win-win for everyone. There's no boss or servant, as we've already said. Everybody's coming together to bring in their beats. It's just like a knowledge picnic. Can we mute our mics? Can we mute our mics? All right, thank you. So it's going to be a knowledge picnic. When you go for a picnic, you are bringing food. You're bringing, even if it is drink, just bring something. So that is what we want to do. Don't say, oh, you don't know one thing. No. That thing that you know, please bring it. And then say it politely, teach it politely. we don't want a situation where someone will be like, oh, I know better than this, and you have to lord over people. Please, we want a polite community. So that brings me to the end of this, and I hope that everyone has understood the purpose of the community. And right now, I'm going to hand over to the founder for a closing remark, and then for any question and answer, maybe you drop it in the chat box and she will definitely attend to it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Boss, I'm handing over to you.
Thank you everyone for honoring this invitation. I actually do not have any closing remark than, appealing that we should all participate. I'm also going to be in the group and, share whatever insights that, I know. But the most important thing is that we want this to be a success and we want to see everybody grow. And then also, most importantly, have a change of mindset. You understand? If you've not gotten a job, it's not the end of the world. If what you can do is to help, brands with their process flow, and you are good at it, you need to put yourself out there and start telling them you can break their ideas down, into processes. You need to start strategically finding yourself, in software developers community. Trust me, software developers don't like to do what you do. You understand? So if you are open to collaboration, not competition, nobody is competing with anybody. If you find a deal, right? If you find a deal and you feel that, oh, I can help with the business case, but I'm not sure I want to waste my time with the customer journey. I can give this to Irene to do. You guys can come together to break the task into two, and everybody is winning. So eventually, because of the way I always, like to think of things, I always like to look at it from, the consulting part. If you find a job, all well and good. But before then, begin to find ways to help people. Find ways to help people, volunteers. One thing that have stood out with people that have gotten jobs that are out there are people is that they actually start with helping out people in their environment. So don't wait for the big opportunities to land before you can put yourself out there, and then just keep upskilling, keep sharing till you get to your desired um goal. Okay, Rose is asking a question. So thank you. Yes, so please, for the questions, I think we can also, if you're not in a quiet place, I think you can unmute your mic, turn on your video to speak, so we can, put a face to ourselves. It's a safe space. I'm not wearing my earring and I'm confident. So you don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect. I think you should turn on your video, ask your questions, or share everything that you want to share before we go. But I've done my own final remark, so you guys can take over.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, American time. My name is
Good
Rose, and like I asked, can we have somebody that can help us with our resume? I mean, like, I remember I reached out to you and we talked about the resume situation, and I wanted to know if we can also have somebody that can also, be in the community to help to prep the resume. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So number one, I understand that Petrina thought of. So one way to look at it is if we can go back to watching the video and doing it herself. Number two is if you have friends in the community that are willing to help, fine. But if number three option is we have like the opportunity to work with a proper HR professional who will not only undo your BA CV, right, but also get you a brand new LinkedIn. You understand? With like few BA content, just so you can look like a professional business analyst. So if that's an option, you can reach out to us for that. But if there are people in the community that are willing to help, they can offer it in the group. You understand? Everybody is doing their own. But if you want us to come, it's 100K in naira. In naira. So if you're in America, for instance, 100K in America now, how much is the dollar to? Let me get my calculator. Let me get my calculator. That's chicken change. Chicken change now, because the dollar is now, I learned it's 8 something. Let me even use 800. Whose
With
screen
that
are we
Sapa want
looking
to
at?
with that Sapa want to finish us. You said we should pay 100K. We have to talk about that
I was
one,
like, is
please.
that 100,000 divided by it? Should we use 800? 800. What's the
Well,
naira to
800K.
dollar?
That should be about let me check the current exchange, the rates.
Okay, let's check.
That you said 100K, that should be like let's see. That should be about 130K, $130 per se.
Yeah, that's not bad for a 6-figure job. For a 6-figure job.
Sapa, don't
For
worry. You have to use it for us, please. That is the reason why we came, because we're looking for a job. So how can we have that kind of money? We're looking for a job. A job, please.
no, you get LinkedIn and CV. Exactly. Rebecca is saying you can utilize ChatGPT. Just tell ChatGPT, come up with a business analyst CV for me. You understand? You can do that. Or what you can do is copy your current CV and tell ChatGPT to convert this content to a BA role. You can do that too. See, people are already suggesting the best way to go about it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll try that.
Yeah, you can try it. Just feed the app with a good prompt. Something will
Okay.
definitely come out. You
Okay.
understand?
Thank you.
But for
Yeah.
100K, you get LinkedIn and CV. But if you don't want to pay, it's all good. But $100 is too cheap for Americans. It's too
I will
cheap for
drag you.
Americans.
Saka, I will drag you. Have you seen bills? Have you seen our bills? Don't worry. I will drag you, but I will call you, Sha. Thank you.
Americans should not even talk. Americans on this platform should not even talk. Those in UK and Canada, those ones. They are saying
Thank
shake
you.
it. You're welcome. Okay. Yes, KJ Okolawa said that's the prompt. Yeah, just fill it with intelligent prompt. Okay, yes. So KJ said chat GPT for CV. Write a CV for the role of blah, blah, blah. Here is the job description. So you copy and paste the job description. And here is my CV. Paste general CV. Or more like you have to use chat GPT. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think we are good. We are good for tonight. Thank you, everyone. Let's keep the group engaged. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Any other question before you go? All right. So what next now? Yanu is going. You're welcome. So Yanu is going to come up with an agenda for everybody on the group. So we'll follow it. You understand? So we'll follow it. I think that works for everybody. All right. So we have to go now. It's 8:41 here in Nigeria.
Get people will also be packing the phone outside.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. Have a good week.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you, everyone. Yeah, bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.